got more news to break. We already said Klay Thompson to the Mavs is happening. Apparently, they're still fixing the X's and O's, so it's not official yet, but it's on its way. In the midst of that, the Warriors made a signing. D'Anthony Melton is coming to the Warriors as a free agent. Who? What has he done? We're going to break that down for you on this episode of Warriors Digest. Randy Silver here. If you're with us on every episode, daily, hourly at this point, thank you. If you're not, if you're a Warriors fan, we have all your news here daily. Let's get into it. Per Slater, D'Anthony Melton to the Warriors on the mid-level for a season. Backcourt depth, defensive boost. They've always liked his game. Felt he was underused by Memphis in the second round series versus Golden State a couple seasons ago. Dealt with a back injury last season. 1 year, $12.8 million. That $12.8 million, the taxpayer exception, is what the Lakers were trying to give Klay. What Dallas was trying to give Klay. What we offered Klay was 2 years, $48 million. But he left. Now we can use this, and we are getting Melton. Solid shooter, terrific perimeter defender when healthy. The $12 million for him can be a steal. If he's healthy and plays the way it is, I've seen reports, $20, $25 million type of player, which would be amazing to get someone like that for $12 million. Be a second team rotation player for us. I saw also report this last thing on Klay. Lakers offered him $80 million, 4 years, so $20 per year. He said no. So Melton, who is he? Was with the Sixers last year. 6'3", 200. Coming out of USC. He's 26 years old. Averaged 11 points a game, 4 rebounds, 3 assists. 38% shooting. Very GP2-like. A better shooter than Gary Payton, but defensively scrappy, can switch multiple guard positions, hungry. So you put GP2 and Payton next to each other, solid. You put GP2 and Brandon next to each other, solid. Here's his stats. Started with Phoenix, then moved to Memphis, finally with the Sixers. You can see average double digits his last 3 seasons in the NBA, Memphis and 2 with the Philly. Played a lot of games his whole career. Was a bit hurt last season, so that 38 games played is an anomaly. It was back injuries really stunted him. But when he's healthy, he can average a double-double, shooting 40% from 3 when he started 58 games for the Sixers. Out of 77 games played, 42% from the field. Free throw percentage hovers around 80. So you can see, dude is a solid shooter. Good percentage. And then assists, he can give you a couple assists a game. Rebounding, decent for a guard. So this will be big for us to be able to try to get back to this. We're not going to get another star player. The only person potentially is Lauri Markkanen. That's what we're hearing of a person coming over. Otherwise, we're going to need solid role players around Steph to be successful. Is that going to get us to a championship? Probably not. I'm not taking this hat off today in memory of Klay, but he's a solid player. This is the Warriors depth chart per ESPN. I guess we don't have a shooting guard. Whatever. So they never replaced, I don't even know who they didn't replace. I guess Klay Thompson maybe. So you got Steph, Wiggins, Dre, Trace. This is wrong, ESPN. Again, if you're just not watching, this is wrong, ESPN. Starting is going to be point guard Steph, Brandon at your 2, Kuminga at 3, Draymond 4, and then Trace Jackson Davis 5. Melton coming off the bench. Lindy Waters isn't on here. He'll be someone, of course. Wiggins will be coming off. So the second team has some proven experience, which is good. Not as many young players as the past. Again, what was the trade for Klay Thompson if you're just here? Klay, to be determined Warriors receive, and then Charlotte is getting Josh Green, so Mavs make room for that. So we don't know, and Klay's getting 3 years, $50 million. The Warriors receive to be determined. That could be big. Are we getting a starter back? Are we getting a second team player, a reserve back? We don't know yet, and that's what matters. Is they're still trying to figure it out, but we do know what we got. We got D'Anthony Melton, mid-level for a season, 1 year, $12.8 million. Pretty big, pretty good deal. That helps us out because what we need coming in this offseason, we needed perimeter defense, slashers, shooters, athleticism on the wing. And he can provide a good amount of that. In the paint, we need a post presence, someone who can stand at the rim, block shots, be able to do a lot of rim protection. Quinton Post, drafted in the draft, 7-footer, but he's more of a stretch 5, so not that type of player. We're still looking for potential of that. Jonas Valanciunas, I was hoping. He's going to the Wizards. Seems like a mismatch. He's mid to young 30s. Like, he's a player trying to win now versus go to the Wizards, rebuild. Weird. Klay, I just have to keep putting it, is going to the Mavericks. It's so sad. So this is where the offseason started. Klay Thompson, free agent. GP2 is coming back. Dario's still a free agent. Our committed salary with Klay. No. I'm so sad. I didn't think he was a starter with us anymore, but like, a legend with us. Best Trey ever. So, Chris Paul, $30 million is gone. $144. Throw in D'Anthony Melton, $12 million. That puts you around $156 million. A couple other dollars here. That first apron again is 171. Sorry, 177. Second apron is 188. It's a bit off what NBA has announced. So we have some room to still do stuff if we need to get a couple other players. Like, expect us to get a center. And also if we're getting a player inside the Klay Thompson trade, then there's going to be another player who needs to come in. Joe Lacob did not get Klay Thompson to come back. Mike Dunleavy Jr. did not get Klay Thompson to come back. I'm seeing a lot of comments that people say fire Mike Dunleavy Jr. This is a terrible GM. Who did he draft last year? Brandon, who they said was too high in the first round. Trace Jackson Davis, who was a nobody in the second round, wasn't on high in draft boards. And Brandon became a first team All-NBA player for rookie. Trace Jackson Davis would have been there if he played more. So give them credit on the draft. Secondly, Post, great pickup in the 52nd pick. We did some maneuvering to make that happen. Wendy will be a great reserve player for us, can come in and shoot. So you can see that we're really loading up on guards. In the loaded West, you need guards and perimeter defense. So you get Lindy, who can come and shoot, plays a bit of defense. Now you got Milton, who can shoot and play defense. Steph is a shooter, plays better defense, people say. Brandon can shoot and play better defense. Kuminga is a slasher and scorer. Hopefully he can shoot a bit better this season. Looney is trying to become a better shooter. Trace Jackson Davis is trying to become a better shooter. So we're really working hard as a Warriors organization to become a shooting team. If we can get Markin, again, I didn't even mention Wiggins is a shooter when he can make it. He can make those threes, corner threes, side threes. Great defender on his day. So we have some talent around. Draymond, best shooting 3-point percentage ever last season, but he's not a shooter. If we can get Markin and he can play either a 3, 4, or 5 for us, and you can do Steph, Kuminga, Markin, Davis, and then maybe some combination of Trace. It would be Steph, Kuminga, Markin, Draymond, then some combination of Brandon, Wiggins, or Trace Jackson Davis. Does that get win you the NBA Finals? Maybe not, but it's a solid 5. More will be happening. Let our front office do their job. Yes, you can be mad that Klay left. We didn't get Paul George, but let them do their job. It's still coming through. And this is tough. You're in between a win now and a rebuild, and you're trying to mesh. And it seems like they're kind of going more towards the younger players, which means Steph may just be writing out the rest of his career. As a Warrior, maybe we trade him eventually and get some assets back. We'll find out. And we're going to have a Larkin video coming out shortly, so don't go anywhere. Warriors Digest has all your news for you. Stay tuned, folks.